Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to continue our talks about the 2026 Dodge Durango, specifically the GT model, and the reason why is because this past weekend at the Woodward Dream Cruise, Dodge actually rolled out two variances of the new 5.7-liter HEMI V8 GT models. So we got to see the base model GT with the HEMI, and we got to see the new GT with the Tow and Go package at the Dodge display. So luckily I was right next door, and I got to walk over and spend some time with these vehicles. And if you went on Mopar Insiders yesterday, you've probably seen my article that I posted about them. It's very ballsy that Dodge has gone to an all V8 lineup, considering that their sales have been down 50% for the year, and the Durango sales have actually been doing really well, and that they would cancel out their volume engine with the Pentastar. There's been a lot of controversy about this vehicle, and one of the reasons is about sales. The other reason is there's been a lot of questions about this vehicle since I posted my video back last week. If you've been following me on Mopar Insiders or here on the channel, you noticed that back at Roadkill Nights on the Friday, the day before Roadkill Nights, Dodge had their media preview, and what they did was they showed off, the new Charger, they showed off the Durango SRT Hellcat jailbreak, and they showed off their whole new lineup of all HEMI vehicles for the Durango lineup. But what was interesting was the week before that, some of us in the media got to go and actually see the Chargers firsthand before they came out. We weren't allowed to take cameras and stuff like that, but they also showed us the Durango SRT Hellcat jailbreak models, but they didn't talk about the 2026 HEMI models other than the Hellcat. So this was all a surprise to us, and I was standing there next to a couple people I went to the event with, and they were just kind of like, wow, this is all a shocker to us. So I ended up going home not that long after they revealed it, wrote an article, and it didn't take long for people to actually email me saying, hey Robert, there's already 2026 Dodge Durango GT models on lots, and they're Pentastar powered. And those people are right. Here in Detroit, because obviously I live in Metro Detroit, we have a ton of dealers that have 2026 Dodge Durango GTs already on lots, like this one here. This isn't a plus model. This is just a base Durango, but with the blacktop package. And you can see right here, it says Pentastar V6 under the hood. So again, those people are correct. So I reached out to Dodge and said, hey, what's going on? Why is there Pentastar engines in these 2026 Durangos? And what they were telling me is that anything after August 13th will be 5.7-liter HEMI V8s. Anything before will be Pentastar engines. So again, that makes me think that this move's very recent. Again, I can confirm this because here's the window sticker for that exact truck we were looking at. 20,000, or it's a 2026 Durango GT blacktop, and it says right here 3.6-liter V6 24-valve, variable valve timing Pentastar engine with stop-start technology. So again, this confirms, there's the actual window sticker, that truck does have a Pentastar V6. And then again, I said it before, I had all the pricing for these models beforehand. So here's a 2026 GT all-wheel drive, and you can see right here, it still says Pentastar V6 under the hood. If we click RT, because we know the RT is supposed to have the 6.4 392 HEMI in it, this one still says that it has the 5.7. So this is a relatively new move that Dodge has made. But again, it comes with a lot of controversy because, again, your main volume model is the Pentastar V6, and you're discontinuing it in the US. And the real problem is your sales are down 50% for the year. So when the Durango is actually doing good, it's pretty ballsy to take and throw a 5.7 HEMI in it. Do I think it's a really good idea? Not really. I think there's room for a Pentastar V6 in the lineup. I would rather see them maybe take the SXT name and bring it back, and because there's some people that want a $40,000 baseline, 3-row vehicle, and I think the Durango could offer that, if they offered an SXT stripped out model. Because this vehicle has been, the tooling and everything for this vehicle has been paid off for a long time. This is an old vehicle. This vehicle's been around since 2011. The last update it got was in 2021, and it's going to continue on for, at least 2029 from what we've seen in official documents. So to me, getting rid of the Pentastar V6, especially when your sales are up for the Durango and, basically your sales overall for the brand are down 50%, kind of sounds like a dumb move. But we'll see how it ends up working out for Dodge in the long run. Now, for those who live in Canada, I will say this. I did reach out to Dodge Canada trying to see if that they are going to go to an all HEMI lineup for 2026 as well. I have yet to hear back from them. Hopefully soon I will. I don't think they're ready to like spill the beans just yet. We know that the Carney administration over there is really pushing EVs, and with us being more laxed on emissions recently, it makes sense to really push the HEMI over here. But it will be very interesting to see what they do for Canada. So stay tuned. As soon as I find out information on that, I will let you guys know. But when we look at these models, again, you can go over to Mopar Insiders. I'll leave the link down below in the description, and you can see my whole article. But I just want to talk about what's different about these models for 2026 for the HEMI. So this GT HEMI model basically comes standard with the Sport Performance hood from the RT. One thing that really kind of irks me about it, though, is if you look at the front end, since 2023, we've noticed that Dodge has kind of decontented a lot of vehicles. And we believe it has to do with the cost-cutting kind of methods that Carlos Tavares has to do, because they told me originally it was a supplier issue, and that was 3 years ago. You think with supplier issues that by 3 years from now we would have the same content that we would have back then, now back on the vehicles. But again, we're still seeing these models without fog lamps. And like my 2021 Dodge Durango RT has fog lights. You might be thinking, well, it's just fog lights. It still makes the vehicle look more upscale. It actually helps a lot at night with the fog lamps. It's just stupid things like that we've seen in the recent years, that they've promised things and we haven't got them back. Once they take something away, we don't get them back. So again, I'm kind of disappointed for 2026 that there's no fog lamps in this vehicle. If we go down to the side profile, you'll notice that it does get a new wheel design for 2026. These dual 5-spoked machined wheels, they look absolutely gorgeous, especially with black. It's a perfect contrast colors for an all black Durango. You will notice that the HEMI badges are on the front fenders, just like the old outgoing RTs. Now the interesting thing is they kept the HEMI badge, not put 345 on it like the 20th anniversary RT models from last year. I actually really like that 345 badge, but they're sticking to their old HEMI script here. And then on top of it, if you look at the back of the vehicle, nothing really has changed for 2026, other than that this is a tow and go package here. And you'll notice that, it does get like the bigger spoiler and stuff. But for the tow and go package, I looked at the price on this thing. This is going to start at $54,995, not including destination. That's what the Maroni said on the little stand next to it. Now, with the tow and go, what you're getting is the capability to tow up to 8,700 pounds. That's basically right in line with the SRT Hellcat model that also does it. It also gives you different drive modes because you get the SRT adaptive suspension, so you get track, sport, snow, and tow. You get Brembo brakes with 15-inch rotors and 6-piston calipers up front. And you do get performance-based rubber, so you get Pirellis instead of the Bridgestone tires, and you get a little bit bigger wheel. So that's kind of cool. So if you're looking for more of a performance-oriented Durango with the 5.7, the tow and go package is definitely the one to go with, especially if you're towing.
And what's really cool is this is our first time seeing the 2026 Durango GT with the 5.7 liter HEMI. So this is the tow and go package, and this is a base one. So this one's got cloth, but this is the new GT all-wheel drive 5.7 liter Durango. So this is replacing the RT. This one here actually has cloth interior in it. This one has the tow and go package. You can tell because it has Brembo brakes, bigger wheels, performance tires, adaptive suspension. But again, GT, and it's a HEMI.
So that's really good. So hopefully, again, hopefully I shed a little bit of light on, there are Durango GT V6s out there. And now they're going to be Durango GT HEMIs. There is some confusion in that. And like I said, my email blew up with a bunch of people, especially dealers and stuff, saying, hey, we got them on our lots. Well, yeah, you guys got them on your lots. But Dodge has told me that August 13th was the cutoff point. Now, again, I'm still waiting to hear from about Canada. Hopefully we'll hear about that soon. And again, I don't think that this is a really good move from Dodge, considering that their sales are down 50% when you get rid of your volume seller for Durango. So we will see. It's going to be a very interesting next couple of months once these vehicles hit the lots and see how sales go. But I don't know. I think this is a very ballsy move from Dodge. Hopefully it works out for them. I just don't agree with it necessarily. So tell me what you think. Do you think it's a smart move by going all Hemi and still going performance based going forward, or do you think Dodge should, go back to the mainstream kind of thing and offer performance oriented models with normal priced models? Meaning normal, meaning that this GT Hemi is almost $4,000 higher in price than the 2026 base model GT rear wheel drive model. So let me know what your thoughts are below. Make sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.